Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Alright, so if you're wondering why I'm starting off like this, it's because I was trying to step outside for a second and Kellan heard the door, and one of his favorite activities is opening the garage door. So any door that he hears opens, he's gonna run to you and tell you to take him outside. So anyway, I'm gonna open up the garage door with him. The purpose of starting out here though is this purple vehicle behind us. We nicknamed Darkwing. So we bought the car through like a family link that we have to an auction license. It was the most inexpensive way that we could get a car. We took the gamble. I changed the oil in the car as I was told to, and then the car started barreling white smoke. I took it to Firestone because I knew they would be the most hyperbolic and tell me the most extreme thing. They're basically saying I was willing to, fix the car because I was like, yo, you know what? No matter what, it's still going to be cheaper than buying a car, right? I ended up hearing, yeah, this car basically needs a new engine. So we started shopping for cars. When we started shopping for cars, we started seeing that the used car market has become insane. And with that now, it's cheaper for me to put a new engine in this car rather than try and buy another car. Plus we're trying to buy a house soon. Couldn't have the purchase come up on the credit and all of that stuff, right? We don't want to dig into what we have, trying to save for our down payment, all of that kind of stuff. So we pulled the trigger on trying to call a mechanic. Lisa has a friend from college that was able to give us a reliable mechanic, and he's going to take a look at it, and then we're going to order the engine once he takes a look at it. So wish us luck. It's an expensive thing. We're looking at like 5-6 grand, which again is still cheaper than buying a new car on top of having that run in my credits and all of that stuff. So I just hope it all works out. Lisa was saying, say a prayer, and we'll see. So look out for an update on this car. Hopefully we'll be back to 2 cars, because right now the SUV is kind of rubbing, and we already paid a ton of money to try to fix that, so now we have to go get that looked at as well. So we're just trying to stay without car payments right now and keep our debt to income ratio low. As you can see, my close up magically changed. It's because we're going on the road to drop off a package for Inan. So we have one of our people that usually buy from us. She's been with us from day one. You'll hear us always shouting out Christina. She's like our number one customer, or one of our number one customers. We're having some issues getting her stuff to her, so we're overdue to get her this package. We're gonna go drop that package now. So again, prayers be with us, as we'll be saying our own prayers about that car. But for right now, what we'll be doing is dropping off this package right here to UPS. So mind you, today is one of the days that I work, so I got up kind of late, so if I don't get a nap before work, it won't be the end of the world, and I am off Thursday. One of the annoyances with the car now though is the car is not starting again right after I just told the guy, like, oh yeah, it starts, hopefully it's just it can be jumped. But I recently changed the battery in the car. We haven't been starting it, so hopefully it's just that. I'm not the best with mechanics. I can only imagine if somebody more mechanically inclined watches this video and is like, yo, no, you can't do that with the car and blah blah blah. But yo, that's why we're blogging life, man. Like, there are mistakes that we're making that you can watch and hopefully not make the same mistakes, and hopefully point out in the comment section things that we could have done better, or think of different ideas together. That's what sharing this whole experience is about. So we didn't carry the camera, so you guys are gonna have to put up with the Samsung quality, or maybe we can switch to the precious iPhone. But yeah, so we're on the way to drop this package and then take it from there. Tomorrow we kind of plan to go on the road anyway, but now it's gonna be kind of a 2-for-1, like go drop the car and whatever else we plan to get done. So that's it. See you guys on the other side.
Yeah, so Dan ran in to deliver the packages. You know, when you're a small business owner, I don't think people realize that, like, you really are doing everything. You are the person that does the pickups, you're the person that does the inventory, the sorting, the packing, and the shipping. You know, like, when you're not consistently getting packages, sometimes it's like you don't always have the ability to schedule packaging pickups at your home. So it can be tiring. It can be frustrating, because you're not frustrated with your customers, you're frustrated with, like, sometimes the process, because you're trying to make it as simple and easy for your customers, and you know, you kind of don't want to divulge all the information. Like, oh my god, like this particular week, it's actually been like 2.5 weeks that I've been kind of struggling with the shipping. We're using a new website, and I feel like I've tried every shipping option that they've given us, and they have good shipping options. But if you're shipping heavier items, they specialize in a lot of companies that do like smaller, like clothing and stuff like that. So a lot of things that are going to fit into like a poly mailer. Poly mailers are those like slim envelopes. Yeah, so we are doing Disney products, so it's everything from airs to clothing to collectible items, which some can be really heavy. So those things kind of factor into the shipping, and I'm trying to get the best deals of shipping for not only for us, but also for our customers, because that kind of, like, you know, like lays into like our pricing and stuff like that. So it's been a struggle, because like I said, I've been using their shipping, and their shipping is good, but it's not the best when it comes to heavier items, which is kind of what we specialize in. So literally I've been like waiting for UPS to give me approval to get just a pin, just to get the discounted rates. And to be honest, shipping is way more expensive recently. Like, it's items that would have shipped maybe like $8 right now, they're like $13 for the same size, you know. So it's been a bit much, and I've kind of been like eating that stress, figuring it all out, because like I said, I don't want to kind of like vent to my clients and be like, oh well, shipping is more expensive, and this is more expensive, and this is more expensive. They're not trying to hear that. And you know, I don't want to ruin the magic by kind of like telling them about all of this stuff. But I'm going back to like manual shipping and all that. So that's pretty much kind of how like I had to fix it, is to which I thought was going to be, this new site was going to be like helping us make things a little easier. I kind of had to go back to what we were doing before, but like still less steps, but like I still have to go back to manual shipping to just make it easier for them. Yeah, so that's the freaking long talk about business and stuff like that. Kellan has his arms out yet again. Like, I literally been, you know, I feel like I've been saying this for like a year now, that he is like Houdini. He gets his arms out of these freaking car seat straps. I don't know how he does it, but man, pray for us. Yeah, Dan goes to work tonight, so that's gonna be one night without some extra hands. And then tomorrow we're off, you know, he's off. So like he was just kind of saying before, is that we're gonna get a chance to you know, be out on the road and fixing the car and stuff like that. If anybody has purchased a used car recently, how have you guys done that? Because used cars prices are so expensive. It's kind of like, yo, drive that car till the wheels fall off. That's kind of what we're doing now. And we know, like, yo, probably a year from now we'll be in our like home and stuff like that, well, God willing. So, like, making a purchase for a car is not going to be too bad. You know, it's going to be like, oh, well, just add that to, you know, like our monthly. You know, if you've been watching us long enough, you know, like, our struggles. I had some, you know, personal debt. Dan had some personal debt. And then we had debt together that we've incurred as like a couple and stuff like that. The selling of our house, you know, helped us in our financial freedom. And we're just kind of pushing along in purchasing our home. And then, like I said, we can kind of go into the wants versus needs in life. And right now we're just kind of in our basic like needs, which is a very like Dave Ramsey principle. If you don't know Dave Ramsey, check out Dave Ramsey. I'll put a link below with his YouTube channel. I've read a couple of his books and stuff like that. No, yeah, yeah, it's true. I guess he doesn't. Yeah, he might not need a plug, but yeah, that's kind of what we've been following. The debt snowball and stuff like that. But we literally have 3 more things to kind of square off that are under my name. But Dan's credit is definitely what is going to be pushing for the next home purchase, and you know, the selling of the home of our last house is, you know, gonna definitely help us with our down payment. All right, guys, let's head home because Dan is going to work.
Yeah, so on the way home now, you know, one thing that I have to say that's kind of annoying about
sorry, adjust him back in his seat because he is
you know, one thing, like, again, getting into this rant about different areas in Central Florida, that's kind of annoying about Davenport and Champions Gate is that, like, you'll always hear, once you hear about Davenport, about how great Champions Gate is, like everything is centralized, blah 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 blah. Well, the problem with Davenport and Champions Gate being the only place that everything is popping around, right, is that small things that you take for granted, where you're coming from if you're moving here, become bigger issues. For example, I just went into UPS. It's the middle of the week. Today's Wednesday. I know it was after a holiday, but it's not before a holiday. It's after a holiday. It's 2 days after the holiday. So any leftover packaging and sending and all of that, you know, I don't know how many businesses are in the area that are reliant on postage and all of that. So there's a lot of different factors to take into account.
I've been to that UPS and there's been a line outside of the store. And it's not because of social distancing.
No, it's just busy. And like everything is unnecessarily busy because it's like she just said, it's only one. Right? So it's like you'll hear like how great Champions Gate is and why it's so great to live in and around Champions Gate when you're in Davenport. But then it's like when it's the only thing that's popping like that, it becomes annoying because little things like that become like, oh, it's super busy. And it wasn't like anything excessive going on. There was somebody using a notary service. That takes a little longer. You're gonna understand with that. There was a language barrier with a lady. She didn't speak English, and none of the employees spoke Spanish. So, but that's not something that you're not gonna expect to see somewhere in Florida. You know, like coming from South Florida, that's a normal thing for me. It wasn't like, oh, that's what the holdup was about. It's just, why is it so like crowded and like, oh my god, because again, it's the only thing popping. So yeah, people, so you might hear in the background Lisa trying to edit our video right now for you, something that was shot our second episode of on our BS. It's like a sit down, like a video podcast we're trying to keep, where we have different topics that we talk about, trying to pertain towards marriage and reflection on what's going on with us, right? Time to stop my ranting, get my clothes on, go get something to eat and spend a couple minutes with my family before I go off to work. See you guys on the other side. Till then. Alright, so you guys are getting a little bit of my drive to work. It's about maybe 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. Traffic definitely can be heavy if there's an event, but if not, usually it's the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday schedule that makes the commute, you know, challenging. But one thing I can say about working the 7P to 7A is I'm usually heading the opposite direction from a majority of the traffic. It doesn't mean I avoid all the traffic, but I'm usually going the opposite direction. Like everyone is going home now. This is the end of like the 9 to 5 was going home, and I'm just headed to work, of course. I like my nights personally. You know, somebody else is gonna tell you that what they like about nights is they like about days is they get the day back or whatever. I've had this debate several times. When you work day shift, you have to be there super early. I hate getting up early, so I know I'm not a morning person in that sense. But you're dealing with a majority of like supervision of staff and all of those people, and all the other elements with that comes with day shift. And then when you get off at 7, you're now competing to run to the store. So try to work day shift and need an oil change or need to go do, you know, just everyday things, run some errands after your day shift. It's shot to hell. When I get off at 7 in the morning, every store is just opening. So yeah, I might be super tired, right? But I can run to the supermarket and grab a couple of things or whatever and get home by 9 o'clock and then go to sleep and wake up in the afternoon. Weirdly, no, this drive, no. Like, I don't have to use GPS. The only reason I'll check the GPS is kind of traffic ahead rather than like for like guidance. So I'm definitely learning my way to work. But the whole thing, see Lisa called me now.
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time.